Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and welcome back to TCG Card Shop Simulator. I've had a little play around. I've had to put a big shop in, but look up in the corner, we're still going into the day with £7,300. That's absolutely fantastic. I did have a little bit of play around with the posters, and the way there was the last time, just having like standard square in, a standard square in, they just didn't look good. So I've done something a bit different with them. And I think that makes the posters look a bit better. I mean, that's not the right size. I'd want a proper one and probably another one of the white ones up here. But yeah, you can do something different with the card. Instead of just putting them square, I think something like that makes this look a lot better in here. So I'm happy with that. And let's get started on with that report for 204. Let's see how we did. Well, we know we come out with a lot of money, so I think we had a cracking day. And let's start up on 205. The electricity bill might be a bit on the high side because I have had to do a lot around the shop with ordering and filling up shelves. Let's have a look. So the first thing's 137. 94 is a bit lower than we've been doing on the checkouts recently. 15,000 is about where we normally are. 18,000, again, I'm happy with that. If we can get above 20,000, it's a bonus. And 5,600 on the card tables. Another good day on the card tables. Now, as far as I know, nothing new's been added in. So let's get started up, open the shop, and let's get our people inside on the tills first. There's Lauren, and you can go on the till as well, and then we'll start sending everybody else around. So we want you on restocking. You can go and start doing the prices, 0% rounded. That's our normal now. And let's send all these people in. The fast ones first. Just so we can clear some of these boxes out here. And there's one slowpoke. There he is. And I think we've got everyone. So yeah, as far as I'm aware, there's no new update happened to the game. And I haven't seen any notifications about what the next update will be. So I just want to double check on the events, just to make sure there's nothing. No, they still haven't added any new events. It's still £700 a day event is the top one, which we're running at the moment. Let's just have a quick look at our reviews. We haven't looked at that in a while. 4.6 immediately, I know, we're pretty good. Apparently we had some issues with some people getting in stinking on the previous episode. I don't remember that. But apparently we did have that problem, so we'll have to deal with it today. I do want to make sure I fill up these things at the front. The air fresheners then. I must have missed it at some part of the day. And I don't want that one there. And we've cleared all of the overstocks out as well. So we're back down to having the normal shelving for everything. So what have you got nice for us? Very nice card. It is a trade, and it's a nice trade up as well from 1550 to 1990. Yep, I'll definitely be going to be taking that one. And again, I like my full art cards. Nobody else here. That's fine. I did, like I said, I went around the shop and filled up most of the shelves. So they should have a fairly easy day. These people should today. We do need to be paying attention to this one. I've just had to order a load more boxes of these because they've been selling out. Probably around 4 episodes in a run. We've had some major sales with those. So how many do I have on the shelf down here? Just the one box. I probably will just put an order in for one more of each. And let's start off. Let's keep doing these customer trading first before we worry about bills. 2 in the album, 2 in the album, so it's no good me doing any of those trades. What have you got? Want to buy it is a very, very good price. Worth 37. He's only asking 26. Let's try 20 on it. Yep, I'm happy with that. Got it for nearly half the market value. And what are we going to be doing today? So we know it's going to be another 2 more levels before we get the new plushies. Okay, another customer trading, so let's go and deal with him. It's a slight trade up, but there's no real reason for me to do that, so I'm going to ignore it. Yeah, Stinky, right up in front of us. Where are they kept? Them over here somewhere. I think he's gone now. Yeah, we haven't had a problem with that for a long, long time. Just want to make sure they're not walking through the back door. No, I've still got it unclosed. So nobody should be entering here. But we do want to put a unit there. And then we can open up this back for people coming in this way. And what have you got? Nice. 2 copies already. Don't need any more. And what have you got? Nice. It would be a trade, but again, I've got 1 and 1. It will take me to 2 and 0. So, although it's a trade up, it's not worth me doing anything like that. Let's just check on the bats tier 2. I think that is bats tier 2, bats tier 1. No, we've got everything here. They just haven't got round to filling it up. That's fine. And nothing benefits me from doing that trade, so let's leave it. Let's try and get over to this other gent. No, way too high of a price. This thing does get in the way a bit. I do love it, but it does get in the way. So let's have a look at what we can unlock on this episode. So we know we already finished all the boosters. So I think it was 2 comic books. I think these are the next unlocks because we're still waiting on 74 for that one. That's going to be the next episode. And then 75 is going to be the plushie, probably the episode after. So yeah, I think when we get up to about 14,000, I will try and get this and this 16,000. I probably won't be able to get 30,000 a product in one episode unless we have some fantastic days. Let's pay off the bills. 5,100. A little on the expensive side, but I knew I was going to have a bit higher on the electricity because I was doing a lot of work in the shop. So whatever you want. Not a good price, so not even going to attempt. And let's get round to... Oh, wow. Those have really sold out the legendaries. Have we got any? We have, so why are people not filling them up? There's definitely some sort of issue I'm having since we've done the move around. Thing is, everybody does look busy. So I'm going to get 2 of those in straight away. And then I want to look at the epics. We will get round to opening cards at some point. There is some here, but not a lot again. I think somebody just bought a load from the back. So I'm going to need a complete box at the bottom. So I'm going to have to order 3 of those. I don't mind these selling, because I'm like £472 a box. And we make roughly about double the price on everything. That 472 we probably sell for closer to 950 to 1,000. Let's just have a look around. Is anything else a bit on the low side? Well, we just ordered them. Basic boxes down here are looking a bit low. Let's go and check on those. No, I've got 12 up there. That should be more than enough for them to do. Any of this side. Green decks. That's another one of the massive sellers. Now I've got green decks there, and I've got green decks there, so somebody just haven't got round to filling them. And green boxes is the other one. I got 0 on the shelf, so I will get 2 of these in. Let's go and check on customer trading again. What have you got? Nice. Nothing that benefits me, really. It was a little bit of a good value, but not enough to tempt me. And nothing from that last one either. Let's get these lights on because it's starting to dim up a bit. It was 5 o'clock. 8 copies already in the album. I don't need any more. And let's try and open some cards today. Let's open the legendaries. I don't know what we was doing in the last episode. It's been a little while since I recorded the last episode. A jack turn, £10 in gold. Money-wise, we're nearly up to that £14,000 already. So we've paid off over £5,000 in bills on this day. A nice Dracon there, new one for foil. We've paid the 5,000 bills off for today. We came in with 7,000. So that would have left us about 2,000 to start. So we've made about £9,000 profit today while I've been ordering as well. A Giganite in gold, £11. Yeah, that's very nice to see that sort of money coming in. We do still have another about 2.5 hours of the shop going as well. So we should hit that 14,000 on the first day. So I think I might just get that product unlocked. It's a fairly decent price. Let's try really low, 350. Nah. Like I said, saving about 100, but it's still a lot of money, £420 for a card. Would be a major trade down, this would, from 6,000 to 5,400, so not worth doing. I do apologise about my voice keep breaking up. Just got a little touch, but not enough to stop me from recording videos. Let's go and check on those epic destiny, legendary destinies. So I'm down to 1 box, and I've got none of the rares. So how's the rares looking on the shelf? I just don't order 2 boxes if somebody's carrying one. No, I think I'm fairly safe to order those in. We'll put 2 of each on. Does mean we're slightly further away from that 14,000, and I am going to have to get some more basic boxes in. At least 2 of those. Let's have a look at the cards. The single ones, all good on the top. And Destinies are okay at the moment, but if we are opening them, probably worth getting a next box of Destiny Legendaries. Couldn't even think what those called then. That looking better. Pull up most of the way across now. Green at the end is full now, and the decks are full at the top on the green ones. The wind ones. A Roll Armor in gold and a Jack Turn in EX. The Roll Armor was a new one for the collection, so that was a very nice one. A Gigatron X in gold. I'm pretty certain we've had that one before. And what have you got nice for us? Very nice card. And it's really worth it as well. Going from 5,800 to 6,900. Just gained about £1,000 in my collection. I'm definitely pleased about that. We have come up to the end of the day. It's 9 o'clock. We don't quite have the 14,000 yet, but we might win a couple of more sales comes in. So I'm just going to go around and have a look and see what I need to order, and then I'll bring you back when we're ready to get the report. Okay, welcome back. I managed to put an order in for what we needed. We're still sitting on a nice £11,000 in the corner there, so I'm happy about that. I had to put in a decent sized order, as you can see out here. They can do that in the morning when they come back into the shop. And let's get the report for 205. And let's see how we did. So experience was down because we didn't really get round to opening more than a couple of handfuls of cards. Checkout's just sub 100, which is a bit on the lower side for what we're doing. Around the 18,000 mark, I cannot grumble, and 5,700 on the table. Take away your 700, that's about 5,000. Take away your electricity and rent costs as a portion. It's still a good amount of profit a day without having to keep buying products. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's get opened up straight away. Everybody's on that. I need to find the guy that does the prices because he should have finished the prices by now. Come on, where are you hiding? Oh, he's over the back there. You're not getting out of restocking shelves. About a day it takes him to go around the store and change the prices. So if you just set him up for the first day, I do like 4 days in my play session, then the next 3 days he's then on refilling and actually get some work done. He's very slow at doing that work, but he's better than nothing at all. Just grab an air freshener from over here. Okay, those are a bit low on the orange. But there is orange up here. Could have been that somebody's just brought a load of them. But that's definitely going to need to be on my next order, the orange sleeves. That's what I was after to put in the air freshener machine. Anybody on customer trading? No, not this early. And because we've got all that money sitting there, let's go and pay the bill off. Back down to 5,000 because I didn't have to do much of the electric on the night before. Still sitting about £6,000, which is very nice. And we will get that 14,000 unlock on this day. I'm pretty confident on it. Way too much compared to the market price, so you're not going to get that sale. And all these are looking good, so let's go and open up cards on this day. Let's hope for a ghost card. I think it's been a few episodes since we've pulled one. We've got a few off trading. Pulling out of the packs is always more special. Gigatron X, £11 in gold. And I don't sell the single cards or any of these for the collection. It's just not worth it, the card table. Every time I was putting it down, we was losing about 6,000 profit a day. So, just not worth it. Now, if we can get a lot of cards, 200 plus in value, then I will put the card table down just to sell them off. At the moment, I don't think we've got anywhere near that. £66 Mamo Tree in full art. And that was a duplicate. There was a guy on the left, but by the time I finished these, I knew I was going to lose him anyway. And nobody else on the till, so let's go and open up some more. We'll have to just keep an eye on these, because I think these are the big sellers for the day. I had to fill them up before we started, and then I've had to fill them up twice on the previous day. There is another one to my right on customer trading, but I'll probably end up losing them as well. Very nice. Another full art card, £128. Telemryu, £12 in gold. Not too many new cards, unfortunately. But we're getting some nice value in these packs. £16 a pack. We're probably paying about £5 for these cards. Let's have a look at customer trading. What have you got nice? Got 23 already. I don't need any more. And what have you got? Nice. One I haven't got, but it's not a good price, so no, not going to do it. And another one over here. What do you got, madam? Oh, I've got 7 already. Both work the same price, so there's no real benefit for me doing that trade. I don't gain anything from it. Just while... Oh no, there's another one there. And I've got 6, so I don't need it. Let's just go and have a quick look at our album, see how we're doing along. So let's do the Tetramon first. So we're currently 914 out of 1452. We're opening up these ones until we can get above 1,000, and then we'll switch back over to the Destiny. I want to have a look at my duplicates. How much are we doing with the duplicates, value-wise? So I've got 145 there, 145, and a couple of copies of them to sell. A couple hundreds, but not a lot in there. Let's switch over to Destinies and do the same. How are we doing with duplicates? 197. We've only really got 2 above 100 in this set. And let's just sort it by price. And our most expensive card at the moment is the Drakon Full Art Foil, which is worth £9,218. Very nice. And a decent amount, 108,000 in this collection. And for anybody that's not been watching, we'll just do quickly to the Ghost. I'm 25 out of 80, but I do have a lot of duplicates for trading. Extra copy there, an extra 3 copies there. Another 3 copies extra down there. So we're just hoping somebody comes in with some Ghost cards for trading. Hence why I'm still interacting with customer trading, even though I'm not buying much. Nothing there for me to benefit from. And what have you got? I've got 19, so no use to me. Okay, these are running out again. I did just have to order a load of them on the previous night. Now, there's definitely loads here. Unfortunately, they only store 3 a shelf. So it doesn't take long for them to run out if one customer comes and buys 2. Still got a little bit on the shelves, that's fine. Let's keep an eye on these. So, yeah, the legendaries. I did say I had to go and have a look at them. There's nothing here, so let's get 2 of those in the basket, and then let's just pay attention. What else I need? Our basic ones have gone again. Anything else? No, those are all looking pretty good at the bottom. Singles. We'll get one of the legendaries over this side. And basic Destiny I'm going to be needing. And just while we're in this section, let's have a look at the battle decks. All looking good except for the blue Destiny, so let's get one of those in. And we did say we needed to order the orange accessory, so let's get 2 boxes of those in. Do we need the white ones? No, the white ones are all good. Gonna need green sleeves and blue sleeves as well. Because these are so cheap, I want to make sure I order them while I'm ordering other products. And how's the others looking? Yellows, I've got 2 boxes, and reds, I've got 2. So yeah, I'm happy putting that order in. Unfortunately, we've got to be dropping below that 14,000. But we still got nearly 5 hours in the day to go, so we'll definitely go above that 14,000 again on this day. 30 copies, I don't need any more. And what have you got? Nice. It is a trade, but I've got neither one, and I wouldn't do it anyway. Trading a 2100 for 1400. Never going to happen. And them out there, all on them products I just bought. Bats I need to pay attention to, because those... Yeah, they haven't got none here. I don't want to overstock these, because in I will get the 2 boxes, but in a couple episodes we will have the next ones, and I will reorganise all the shelf round. And there wasn't anything else looking like it needed to get ordered on there, so I'm happy with that. How are these doing? The number 2's looking a bit low again. The rest are all looking pretty good. 1, 2, yeah, I've got one box left of those. Probably could do with ordering 4 and maybe 5 as well. What about this side? Number 9. And I'm happy with the rest there. And we need to order the very last one, which I think is 17. That would be 9 there. Let's just have a look at comic books, because those was running out on the previous day. Got 11s there, I'm happy with that. And 6 there, yeah. I think we can put it off for another, at least until tonight, to put an order in with them. Let's check on this one so I don't lose him before we do the lights. Nothing I need on that side. And then with these spray machines looking a bit low on that one. That's more than enough to last them tonight. And that's looking pretty full now. Happy with all that. Let's get some more cards opened up. And then by the time we've done this handful, we'll be back over that 14,000. I will need to spend the 14,000. I'll also need to buy the products as well, which is probably another 2,000 on top I'm going to need. Like I said, not a lot at the moment. Great, or not new card, shall I say. But we are getting some decent value. £68 Kingstar in silver foil. And that was another new one. Royal Llama, £10 in foil. Kingstar, £17 in first edition foil. Oh, another nice one. A new one. Okay, that was a pretty poor pack at the very end. What have you got nice? I've got 27. I don't need any. And what have you got nice? 2 and 2. Again, not worth me doing the trade. All it would do is take it to 3 and 1. Unless I'm getting a major boost in value, it's just not worth doing. So, let's get a new product in. And that's going to be the comic book. Number 11. We do already have the space on the shelf. Nearly £1,000 a box. I wasn't expecting it to be quite that high. I do need to wait until we can get enough money for the 2. That'll be £19.50 we need to wait for. You're going to tick over. Okay, I'll just do another handful while I'm waiting. It's 8 o'clock, so there's less than an hour left in the shop. Well, that's a nice one at the end. Kanubi, and I did just lose both the trading behind it. Okay, I'm happy with that and losing that couple of trades. I've just got to hope one of them didn't have a ghost. Did I actually not put that order in yet? Don't know why there's a random box out here still. Unless I over-ordered. Yeah, somebody must have had a box in their hand. So we're just putting overflow for the moment, which is on this shelf here. Ah, we got some purple overflow as well. I forgot about them. I meant to order these on the day and I ended up ordering these by the looks of it on the previous day. So let's go and put that order in. And let's go and check these 2 customer trading. Very good price. Might be worth trying to get, but again, we haven't got a lot of money. Let's offer 1,200. Well, that's 12,000, or I haven't got enough to do that one, but be careful. So yeah, we'll try 1,200 on that one. I'm just going to leave it. I want to get these unlocks done on this episode. And not really that great of a price. We'll offer 40. not 40 pence. If he accepts, that's fine. If he doesn't, I'm not too worried about it. What I'm going to do is I'll set up the shelves while I'm doing my ordering tonight, and then when we come back in the morning, I'll show you the price of the new products. Okay, welcome back. I managed to order everything I needed to, and we've got £200 left over, so that was quite nice. So the new product I've just put in has already got the shelf down here, number 11. And we're buying them in for £27 a box, and we're selling them for £62 a box. So again, we're just making over double the money we're buying them for. And I've already set it up in the back shelf so they can start bringing the stock in. Didn't get that much money to order the stuff, but I didn't need much. It's mainly the card boxes again. Stuff like the Legendaries, the Epic Destinies and stuff like that I need to order. So let's go and get that report for 206, and let's start straight on 207. Still sitting around that mid-90s on the checkouts. Visitors are just short of 150. Experience is down because, again, we're just not getting as much time as I want to open up cards. And the revenue's way down. 15,800. Hopefully it's just a one-off. But we did manage to achieve everything we wanted on that day. With 2 days left, I really need two £18,000 days for me to have a chance of being able to afford the other comic book in this episode. But again, two 15,000. Well, it was about £30,000 between the two comic books. To get that unlocked in one episode over 4 days in the shop is really, really difficult. You'll be needing to earn £7,500 profit a day, which is just something you don't. Because if you think about it, even when we was doing £18,000 a day, over 5,000 of that's going straight out onto bills. Takes you down to about 13,000, and then you're probably buying easily £5,000 worth of goods to keep the shop stocked up. Not to mention all the customer trading you do as well. What have you got nice? Again, not really a great price. It's above market price, and it's way out of my league for me to want to buy. If I got £100,000 sitting in the corner, that would have been a different story. But unfortunately, I don't. So over the next couple episodes, we will concentrate on getting the rest of the mats in when we unlock the mats to the next level and the comic books. And then as soon as 75 hits, we will transfer over and get the last of the T4 plushies, because these are only T3s on the top. Everything else has T4s on the top. And then we'll get this shelf sorted, the same design as we've done with everything else. And then we'll just have to find somewhere for these, or put a new shelf in. We've got plenty of space here. We could put a shelf down here. These don't have to technically be on these shelves. We could put one of the black cubby holes in here, which I might end up doing. But we've got a couple episodes away before I have to make that decision. So we haven't got enough to pay any bills off. There's nobody at the tills, so that gives me a good excuse to start opening up cards. And as soon as I say that, somebody comes at the till. I do feel like we are still going to hit that level 74 in this episode. That's a nice one. Hydrons in silver foil, £58. And even better, it was one I need for my collection. What have you got nice over here, chap? Okay, nothing I need. And nobody else, so let's go and open up some more cards. Let's try and build up that experience, what we need. Would be nice to hit 75 in the next episode, but I don't think we'll do it until the very end of the episode. So it's probably the episode after where I'll start doing all the plushies in. A jack turn, £10 in gold. And a fish wrong, £10 in gold as well. And I have slowed down the episodes at the moment just because there's no new content on the horizon. And if I'd slow it down to just the once a week, what I'm doing at the moment, we've got just enough, hopefully, to last us about 4 to 6 weeks, where I think the next update or some notification of it will drop, without just having to take a break from the series and just keep it constantly going. Drakon in gold, £11. Kainubi, £12 in gold. Then a lot of gold cards. Kingstar, £16 first edition. And what have you got nice in the back? Oh no, we just missed you. And what about you? 3 copies I don't need. Because it was a trade and I had 3 on the other side as well. Okay, nothing great there. I can't pay any of the bills off, and it is 1 o'clock. It is a bit of a slow day today. Stand over in my corner. I do want to get some more decorations for outside as well. I haven't forgot about that. And I will probably put some more posters on the window. Sort of similar design to what I've done in the back. Instead of putting them squares, put them at angles. Make them look slightly different. Clawsphere, £15 first edition foil. We do just have enough to pay the bills off now as well. Do want to have a look at the products before I pay the bills off though. Bogan in foil, £10. Because especially some of those like the Destiny Epics are really selling out. If that's sold out, I need to get that in before I pay bills. A Katengu, £10 in foil. An Idron, £27 in EX. Notice the shelves are looking pretty good on those. Basic boxes at the very end, the shelves are looking a bit on the low. And we've only got 2 on the shelf, so I think I might need to put an order in for these. But these are fairly cheap to do. Which ones have you got? You've got one further down. So let's just put 2 boxes of those on. Okay, what have you got, madam? One that doesn't really interest me. Way too much of a price, and I've already got 3. And same with you. Way too high of a price. Gorgeous card, though. But just, yeah, I'm never going to be buying cards over the value that much. How are the bats doing? They have all run out of there. Did somebody still have a box in their hand? Well, the shelf's not full, so that tells me no. How are the mats doing? I'm looking fairly good across the board. And the other one that's been running out is this over here. So let's look at these shelves behind this gent next. I will take this trade because it will take it from 1 and 3 to 2 and 2. Just gives me more trading options then. Yep, definitely take that one. No real deal in price, them both around the same price. So I didn't really gain any value. But again, I gave myself an extra card in case that one comes up for trading. Are going to need to order some of these in fairly soon. I'm going to wait until the end of the day just because it's really hard to know if people's got boxes in the store. Way too high of a price, so no use to me. And what have you got? Nice. I've already got 5. It was a decent price, but when you've got like 4 or 5 copies of it, you just don't need to buy any more. Now, I might have to order these saying that, because that's not going to last us another 4 hours with how little I've got there. There's definitely some popping coming in today. So there, I've never noticed this before. Yeah, it's a bit strange. There's definitely some performance issues with the game. But yeah, I've never seen that popping in all the time I've played. And I've changed none of my settings graphically. Although your graphics card's always got constant updates happening, so something could have changed with the card without me realising it. And I want 2 of those. I'm going to ignore that one because I don't need them yet. It doesn't sell that much. We'll get 2 of these. And then I want to check this shelf as well because I'm on the same menu. So number 4 I'm going to need. Number 5 I'm going to need. And number 7. 4, 5, 7. And let's check up here. 9, 10's good. 12's about to run out, so I might as well just get it ready. Did we actually get round to paying them bills? I couldn't remember. No. I wonder why I had nearly £10,000 in the corner. I wasn't expecting to see it. That will give them something to do. And let's get them lights on. Might be worth getting the box out and just filling that unit up. We do waste money, keep putting them in these. That's fine. The air fresheners. So every time we do buy the product, we do waste money on it. But it's not a lot, so it's not really that much of an issue. So the ones at the bottom are nearly full. I'll sort them out because I can get the stuff off the overflow shelf if I reorganise the boxes, but I'll do that at the end of the day. 3 copies, I don't need any more. And what have you got, Nice? 20 copies, I don't need any. Let's see. Okay, blue sleeves have gone down, but I did order a lot of that sleeves. Oh no, green and blue needs to be ordered again, so those are really sold in this episode. I'll add them to the basket, but I won't put the order in yet because they just ain't worth ordering on their own. I'd have to pay £74 for the 2 boxes and then £5 on top for postage. Yeah, we'll just leave that until the end of the day, but I'll put them in there to remind me. Green boxes. We've got none, so I'll have to add that one in ready. If I do get enough stuff in the basket that's going to make worthwhile putting in an order, I will put it in. So, blue boxes have gone down again, but I think that's what you're filling up. How many more is on the shelf? The bin is always going that way. That makes me think that there's nothing left in that box. So in that case, we will order 2 of these and we'll put that order in now. Just having a look around, seeing if there's anything else that's dropped out of my vision, which needs to get top. Number 2 again on the mats. Does seem to be one of the best-selling mats, that does. Okay, so that menu, that one there. I think I will put 2 of them in, just because you're going to need most of a box just to fill at the front. 6 is close enough to be able to order as well. That'll be 11 and 12. And that should be covered good on then. 10's there, so that means 11's there, 12's there. And let's have a look at comic books at the same time. I always order these in batches together. So number 2 and number 3 I could really do with ordering now. And number 9. The 9's all the way down the bottom here. And we do have enough to put that order in, so I'm happy to put it in. But it is 9 o'clock, so they won't do it until the morning. How's the back table doing? Really good. I haven't really had a chance to come into here. But yeah, I really do like that. Just let me know in the comments. Do you think that's a lot better than it was just having them playing around here? I think it puts like a centre attraction. Definitely think I'll need to do something up here, maybe like a diamond shape or something with some other different posters. I don't really think the posters bring anybody extra into the shop at the moment, where the products would. But that's why I want to concentrate on the products for a bit now. So what have you got nice? Half decent price, but I'm not going to try for it. And I'll bring you back for the last day of the play session once all these guys have cleared up and we've got a little bit of money in. Welcome back. I've had to add a few more things for the order out there, so I'm going to be quite busy in the morning and spend another £2,000. But going into the last day, 5,200, I don't think we've really got much of a chance of getting that £16,000 unlock unless we have a super special day, which, again, I would like to have. So let's get the report for 207, see how we did. And again, I don't think this day was really that great. Okay, the checkouts have gone above that 100 the first time in this episode. And it's gone back up to like 17,000. So it's better than the day before, but not as good as the 18,000 we've been consistently around lately. 5,800 game earning on the table. That's very nice to see. I've only just noticed that 130 hours of playtime. I don't think... There's no way that's for this series. We're on about 56.60. I mean, there's a possibility, but that just seems way too much even for me. Okay, nothing else out here. Everybody's gone to the jobs by the looks of it. So while all that money's starting to come in, we are nearly enough to pay the bill off already. I mean, I could get that unlock if I push back some of the bills. We have done it multiple times in the past to be able to get 2 unlocks in an episode, and I might consider it. So Posy Drake, £10 in gold. If we do push the bills off, I won't push the £3,000 one off. I will pay that one off either way, and then see how much money we're doing, say by about 7 o'clock on the day, and then we'll see if we can afford another unlock or not. A Razon in foil, £10. And a Draken First Edition foil, £15. A Fish Wrong, £30 in EX. Oh, that was a new one for the collection. That's very nice. I was about to say I'm not feeling these packs. I'll definitely want to be changing the next episode, but that's actually quite a nice amount of new unlocks in this episode. Drakon Gold, £11. Kingstar First Edition Foil, £16. And I still would love that checklist in the game telling me how many golds I'm missing from a set, how many epics, how many first edition epics. Just like a checklist where you can just go in and have a quick look and know exactly how many golds you need to complete a set. Would be nice if you can get like posters on the wall and put your collection up on the wall. I know you take your value out of your collection album, but put one of every card in the gold series and be able to put it on like a backdrop. Even if it's putting each card single onto a shelf and give us something like some neon letters above it or some sort of bright letters, we can come up with our own displays, put individual cards on the wall. So that would be like all the gold cards, and I could have all the silver cards, and then all the full cards and all the ghost cards. But yeah, like I said, a frame, picture frame where you could put the old setting would be lovely for the wall. Maybe I'll drop that onto the suggestion forum. Let's have a look what you got over here. Nice. Nothing I'm gonna... Actually, I will do this, because it would take you from 3 and 7 to 4 and 6. Doesn't make a major difference, but it does allow me to have a bit more trading options with some of them cards. And finally, but unfortunately, it's a ghost trade for a ghost trade, but it's not one of the ones I've got extra copies of. So if I did this trade, I'll be going from 2 copies of this to 0 copies of this. So that's now good to me. I got excited there for a moment. So let's pay that big bill off. Like I say, I don't mind if that doubles up, and I don't really mind if the 1900 doubles up. But if that 3000 doubles up to 6000, you start getting sort of odd to try and catch up with it sometimes. So yeah, I'll just pay that off for the moment and see if we can get that unlock. So I do need to have a look at the legendaries. Now I have cleared all the overflow out to the back already. Let's put 2 of those on. And let's have a look at stuff like the basic ones, because those have been selling really well. Nothing else I can see is missing on there. Epics, again, Destiny Epics. 5 missing on there. Have we got any on the back? We have actually got some, so I'll just get 1 box of the Epics in. And then we want to pay attention to stuff like these lower amounts. I'm sure I've ordered a blue one, but let's just order another one. And I'm not going to be putting off ordering products. If I need the product, it's going to be ordered over unlocks. Yep, those are all pretty good. And I did go around the plushies on the night before. So those should all be good for this day as well. Anybody on customer trading? Yep, let's see if we can get to him in time. 27 copies. I think I've got enough of them. And let's... Okay, so I'm finally unlocking it with the brand new stock that's come in. And I didn't mention it in the last episode. It would be nice if there was a feature that says put all new products on the shelf before you load shelves. It would just make it a bit more efficient with always using the lower box to fill the shelf first. Be a nice quality of life, that would. And I don't think I've ever come across a situation where I need to double up the back shelves more than I've got them at the moment. I think I've got them covered pretty good. 2 boxes of most products and 4 of the ones with only 2 in with the like the plushie tier 4s, tier 3s. I think I've got the back storage under control. That was a £10 Voltrix, that one, but unfortunately not a new one. A Razon, £25 in first edition foil. £40 for that pack, very nice. I think I've got another customer trading to my right, and I think he's just left. Oh, everything's looking pretty good. Oh, okay, somebody's just come in. And yeah, there's 2 character models there. I just would like a little bit more variety in the character models. Would be a major trade down, so I'm not going to do it. As much as I want the full art cards, losing 30 odd pound in value, just not worth it. And I will do this one. We'll take it from 1 and 5 to 2 and 4. It is a slight up in value, but I'm just doing it so I've got trading options. Now this one I will do, because it is a trade up from 54 to 68, and again it's trading into a full art, which I do like. But yeah, I will do that trade. Have a look how the back's doing, because I haven't really paid much attention on it. Yeah, that's a nice image. And what have you got nice? I've already got 4 on this side, so if I do that trade, it'd be 5 and 1, so it's no use for me. And let's have a look at you. And it would be a trade from a 1900 to a 1300 pound card, so yeah, never going to happen. Not unless I accidentally press the wrong button. Which I've done it before. Okay, so how are we doing on legendaries? Out again. And the shelf isn't full. So that's another emergency order. I'm going to have to put it onto that. But again, I don't mind too much about ordering these products. Because these ones here, you're buying them at £300 a box. Let's just order that straight away. Oh no, it has to be on the shelf. You have to click, not on the back. Which is this one here. Buying them in for £39 each individual box and you're selling them for 66. So you're not making quite double your money, but you're making quite a nice amount on it. And let's get them lights on because it's starting to get a bit dim in here. That would be something nice as well. Is if these are lit up in the dark. And then you could choose your light in the shop by a dimmer switch. So it isn't just bright or dim. You could choose the brightness you want. Not really any good. Way too much above the market value. Looking okay, that shelf is today, because it was going down quite a bit on the previous days. Comic books are all looking nice there. And when we get the last one, we'll fill that unit with every comic book in the game at the moment. And I think I've got 2 of these, which will leave 1 space down there. But again, we have got some stuff off here we need to move off. So probably putting them down the bottom corner. Let me just double check on that. I'm sure it's 2 more mats we've got available. 1 mat there. Yeah, 2 mats there. So I do have that spare. We'll move them over into it when we reorganise this shelf in a couple of levels' time. 3 and 3, not worth doing the trade. And he's buying. Not really a great price I'm asking for, but I will try and buy it just so I've got more trading options with ghost cards. Let's get started at 250. 295, so he has dropped it down slightly. Let's go 275. I'm happy with that. I'm even happy paying over the market value to get ghost cards. I'm just really hard to get hold of. Do I want to order more of these? Because those are going to have to go down to 2 shelves anyway. So no, I'm not going to order any more of the T2s for the moment. I'm going to have to have 2 tier 1s, tier 2 2s, tier 3s will be on this shelf and the tier 4s on the top. That's how I set up my shelves for the plushies. What I haven't got, and it is actually a really good price. I'm still going to try and go a bit lower. Try 35. Okay, I'm happy with that. Nearly half price I've got that for. And what have you got nice? And these are where I want the extra ghosting, because then I can do the trading. At the moment I can't do this. Would be trading a 334 for a 229, so I'm not going to do it. If it was the other way, I would have done the option. But because most of the ghost cards are around the same value, that's why you find a lot of the time you have a ghost trade for a ghost trade. More with other cards, you don't normally get that because there's nothing else around that value. No, not worth doing. What have you got? Okay, so not worth me doing 2 and 1. I'll be running out of one of them products. Just having a look around. These looking fairly good now. Those are not quite full up, but I just want to see, have we got some more on the shelf? We're up to £12,000 now, so I'm nice to see that. We've got 1 down here, and then I can order a couple of more boxes. But we'll see if that lasts us to the day. Nobody comes in and buys a big amount, then that will last us. Well, we've only got like 10 minutes of the shop, so yeah, definitely going to last us. 2 and 2, not worth doing any trades on that. And what have you got? It would be a trade down, but again, there's no real reason to do this trade. I don't feel for one card more than the other card. At 9 o'clock, we have had a good amount. Unfortunately, we've just missed off that amount what I wanted to do, because it would have been about £16,000 I would need to do. So in that case, I am going to just pay the bills off. Now, in the next episode, I will try and do it again. Buy whatever products I need. If I can go into the next episode with about £8,000 to £9,000, then we've got a good chance of getting the last of the comic books and the next, because we have just hit level 74, so we can get the next of the mats in as well. And I probably will reorganise that shelf ready and move the stuff off what doesn't need to be on there. But yeah, I think that's a great place to call the episode. We've had a couple of good days. We had one really bad day in the middle of it. We've managed to unlock one product. We've kept the shop running smooth. We've done a little bit of changing with some of the posters, but we will do more of that in the future. But I'm just eager for another update to drop onto the game. That's what I'm waiting for now. But hopefully you've enjoyed the episode. I'll be all seeing you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching.